Do not finance a boat. You don't finance toys. You hear it all the time in the Facebook comments, on my YouTube channel comments. You even hear experts like Dave Ramsey say,
whatever you put into a boat, you need to be able to set that amount of money in the middle of the floor and set fire to it, and it'd be okay.
Now, this is Dave Ramsey. He's surfing. He has multiple boats from what I understand, and saying, don't do it. Don't buy a boat. But the reality is, a lot of people finance boats. The entry level is 70 to 80%. That mid-tier price range, 60 to 70%. Even the high-end premium luxury boats, over 50% of them are paying cash for their boats. And they're doing it because it allows them to do this. These are several of the pictures that clients that have used my stuff, that have bought in boats, that have sent me. This is why, hey, don't overextend yourself, but why financing a boat may make sense for you, despite what everybody on the internet and even Dave Ramsey says. And from my own personal experience, listen, this is me and my family out. I borrowed that picture of the dog, but I thought that was great, getting the dog out there. And let me tell you, if you have kids like I do, they grow up quick. This is my youngest up in the top left. And these are just a handful of the memories that we've created on the water, on a bunch of different boats. And it starts with teaching them responsibility. My youngest is in charge of the plug and the straps. My oldest is in charge of cleaning out the boat and getting it ready. My wife and I and the youngest wipe the boat down on the outside. They handle the dock lines. They handle the anchor. It teaches them some responsibility. But here's the thing. Not too long ago, my daughter was this little tiny thing in this little life jacket. And now she's going into high school. And soon she'll be gone off to college and doing her adult thing in her own life. But we've created all these memories. That time went so fast. If you had waited until it was Dave Ramsey's and you could put, 10, 50, 100, $200,000 down on a boat, whatever boating style is right for you, I just think that blanket advice is incorrect. And it's because of this right here. I mean, friends from school, cousins, time with mom and dad, catching the first fish, getting up on the wakeboard the first time, going tubing and me trying to throw them off. And all of that stuff just isn't going to happen as the price of boats continues to go up and up. Now, don't stretch yourself so much that the boat becomes a burden financially. I agree with that 100% for everybody. And you'll see that in my book, Boat Buyer's Secret Weapon. We have a section on budgeting. And in my Boat Buyer Toolkit, we actually have a whole section on figuring out the total cost of ownership. And I suggest highly that you get this you can grab at boatbuyerstoolkit.com, walk through and make sure if you are going to finance, make sure that it fits in your lifestyle, because there's more to it than just paying for the boat. But I tell you, these conversations on the back of the boat, floating in the water, the memories, the laughs, the responsibility, the teaching, the learning is well worth it. And if you are going to get a boat loan, if you are going to finance a portion of your purchase, I highly recommend you check out the best boat loan video that I created. Talks about how to make sure you get the right loan for your situation. It's not always about the lowest interest rate or the lowest payment. It's about knowing what your long-term situation is, how long you expect to keep the boat, and structuring it in a way that it fits your situation perfectly, avoiding the fraud that is becoming more rampant after the pandemic, avoiding some things that banks may do to the gotchas, avoiding things that some dealers may do to pull a little bit extra revenue from you that is not really adding value. So I encourage you to go check that out. I definitely encourage you to grab that Boat Buyer's Toolkit. You can get it free at boatbuyerstoolkit.com. The cost of ownership calculator that comes with it is invaluable, especially if you're going to finance and you're not in a situation to stroke a check, or frankly, you don't want to because you can have those assets working in other ways for you. Not a financial planner, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express once. But I think it's short-sighted to only focus on the finances, especially if you have kids. If you found this valuable, give it a thumbs up. If you disagree, hey, give me your reason for disagreeing. If you've done this and you've done a loan and it worked out well for you, let me know that as well. I'd really appreciate that in the comments. Give it a thumbs up if you found it valuable. And remember, life truly is better on a boat.